What's up, Tweener? Welcome back to another Tweener tennis video today here on the channel. And today we have a very special interview continuing our college tennis tour of 2022. We're interviewing Rod Ray's son, Ashe Ray, who is a part of the Wofford men's tennis team. It's not every day that you get to interview a dad and son pairing who play at the same university and compete for the same university and for the same badge. So I wanted to get his perspective. What was it like growing up with a college coach that's been coaching for over 20 years? What's it like having someone in their corner almost every single day of their life, literally and figuratively? In his first year at Wofford, he made the all-freshman team at the end of the year for the SoCon conference, and in high school, he won multiple titles for his team. So it's really cool to see someone with that kind of pedigree and with his father competing with him as well to get his perspective of what it's about to be a college tennis athlete. Now, before we start, make sure to leave a like on this video and consider subscribing to the channel. We're trying to get this channel to 3,000 subs by the end of this month, and we're trying to get to 5K by the end of this year. So would love to have you guys join the Tweener Tennis family. And now, enjoy our interview with Ashe Ray. Ashe, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. It's not every day we get to talk to a dad and son from the same college tennis team. So I really appreciate you joining me, man.
Yeah, of course, I'm excited. Thank you for having me on today.
No worries, man. I just wanted to ask you, in your process, well, the first question I have to ask is, what made you choose Wofford besides your dad coaching there? I have to be honest there.
Yeah, no, of course. So yeah, I'm a sophomore at Wofford, and I grew up at on campus. Basically, I live 10, 15 minutes away. So yeah, I was very familiar coming in, which some people, when they were going to school, were thinking of went to a place like for a new adventure. But I always thought this Wofford as a place that had a bunch of opportunities just because of the small campus environment. I mean, I think we're only 1,900, 1,800 students.
Jesus.
So yeah, like we're tiny. Like we're a small
Yeah.
school in our league, but we do well. Like our basketball team's legit and athletics are good. But yeah, I mean, I really like the community setting here. I like walking around and knowing almost everyone on campus. Some people don't like that as much, but that's one of my favorite things. I really like knowing my professors. Like one of my professors is a former college player, and it's really nice to connect with him on a personal level because there's only like 15 people in the class.
Wow.
So yeah, that was a big one for me.
That's huge, man. And
Yeah.
what was your recruiting process like for tennis, at least when coming out of high school?
Yeah, so I mean, I committed to Wofford pretty early on. I looked at some other schools, but I kind of knew what I wanted and where I wanted to go. I wanted my mom to be able to come to all my home matches, so that was important for me. And so yeah, my recruiting process was pretty straightforward. My dad took me aside and said like what Wofford can offer me, and I actually took an official visit. So
Really?
yeah, and it was kind of cool. Like to my high school team captain, both of them, Omar Williams, who played one here last year, and Bryce Kime, who's currently on the team here and plays one doubles. They went to high school with me, so I already knew two of the guys like ridiculously well. We've been friends since we were like 12. So knowing them, and it was just a really easy decision.
Wow, that's amazing. What was if you
Yeah.
don't mind me asking, what were the other choices that you were looking at? Do you remember?
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at Clemson and State, a little bit at Army, but
Nice.
I mean, nothing too serious.
Okay.
But yeah, I had a couple options, but I kind of knew where I wanted to go early on.
That's awesome. I love that. And I think the next question we definitely have to ask is, your dad obviously being the head coach for over 20 years here at Wofford. What was it like growing up with a parent that was also kind of your coach at the same time?
I mean, just like anything, there's always pros and cons. So like I always had someone I could get answers from, which was really nice. Like I knew I could go to him and he'd be straightforward and very helpful. And also it was very helpful to have like someone who was so loving and caring as a father figure and a role model to coach me every day. So Yeah, so but to have him as a, like you said, as a parent or as a stay-at-home like coach, I guess, it was really unique because when we obviously worked hard on court, but then we went
Mhm.
home, like I have an older brother as well, so like it was pretty family oriented at home.
Mhm.
Not too much tennis. So we watched Tennis Channel, watched the Grand Slams, watched all really into that, but we never really brought tennis home too much, if that makes
Okay.
sense.
Yeah, it does. Did you guys kind of keep it separate between being at home, him being your dad, and then tennis life, or was there a kind of a
Uh
mix?
yeah, so well, I went to an academy when I was 16 in Charleston,
Hmm.
the Randy Payton's Academy. So that helped a little, like because I was there during the week and I come home during the weekends. It helped put the dad figure more into it
Okay.
by having some of the other coaches, which was great. I mean, which now comes full circle to where I, like when I was 12, again, now he's my coach and my dad at college. But like I think that experience helped me and him grow as like more father son relationship
Hmm.
compared to just coach and player.
That's awesome. And
Yeah.
what was your favorite kind of memory, or what is your dad taught you? I should say, what has your dad taught you from like being your first coach to now being your college coach? What's like the biggest thing your dad has taught you? I'm gonna put you on the spot so you look good for your dad.
Yeah, I mean just hard work really. Like he's really built the program
Hmm.
and just like knowing how much behind the scenes stuff he does every day. Like there, like some people just think like tennis coach is just all on court, but
Hmm.
like knowing him like after hours, I'm sure he's at the office right now and it's 7:30. I'm sure he's doing something like something that you wouldn't even think of, like getting the like something stupid like getting the net straps ready for a match on Friday, or like
Hmm.
I mean getting recruiting calls. He's getting recruiting calls done for 2023, like stuff
Wow.
like you don't even think of, but
Hmm.
he's always working. It's so yeah, just hard work pays off, and he's really grown the program. And yeah, just seeing that he's never really had an assistant, so
Wow.
all on his own. Yeah, it's been pretty cool. So yeah,
Is
just hard work. Hard work pays.
and your dad mentioned your brother as well. He's competing at a D1 level, correct?
Yeah, he is. He runs track and cross country at Gardner Webb.
How competitive are you two?
Um, I think the different sports helps. Like he's faster than I am, which kind of drives me crazy, I guess. But I mean, we're all pretty hyper competitive. So I
Hmm.
mean, like when we were younger, we used to get into it
Hmm.
about just like about anything, really.
That
So
I can imagine.
yeah,
What before I get into the more kind of quick fire fun questions at the end, what's your goal here at the university? What's your goal for college tennis at the end of, I guess, quote unquote, 5 years? If you got that COVID year, what's the biggest
yeah.
goal for you to accomplish with Wofford tennis?
I mean, like one of the things I came here to do is win a conference championship.
Mm,
So that's one of the goals. I mean, I think that would be so cool. Like you saw Ben Shelton and Brian Shelton win the national championship. So I would really love for my dad and I together to get a SoCon championship, which is the conference we play in. Yeah, so that's definitely one. And we have a great group of guys right now, locked in. I think we're going to be running really deep the next couple of years. So I think we can do it. But that's one of them. And I'd really like to get a top 25 singles win, like ranking, like
nice.
someone top 25. Yeah, I feel like that'd be cool. I think I can. And my dad definitely puts together a schedule where I'll have those opportunities.
Love that. And
Yeah.
kind of going off to a more, and I'm going to compare your answers to Callum as well. So for a bit more off topic or fun questions with your teammates, who's the best roommate to travel with or to room with on away games, and who's the worst?
That's tough. So I live with one of my teammates right now, Alex
Okay.
Martin. So I mean, he's obviously the best. He's super clean, man. Guy like I hope maybe he'll watch this. Man, he always smells good, so that's always a big plus. And so yeah, like I always like he's super chill too. Great,
Okay.
clean, smells good, super chill. I mean, one of the best roommates you could ask for. So obviously I have to go with him.
Okay.
And then worst, I mean, you're asking 18 to 20-year-old guys who's the worst one to room with on an away trip. That's tough. Maybe Mark.
Okay.
Mark on. Yeah. So I don't know. Mark and I are really close, so it's kind of hard to say.
Don't worry. It's I think Callum said the same thing. So
okay, nice.
So you're not the only one. So maybe this
Okay.
is like a learning process for him as well. So he can become the better roommate when you travel.
Oh no, he's gonna be the ultimate senior when he gets there. I can definitely see that.
Who, if you were to pick someone on your team, could be yourself as well, and if you're up 6-5, third set, serving out the match, whose shot do you want to be or have for like a clutch moment like that?
I mean, I also have to go with Mark here.
Okay.
Just the guy's so loose, so definitely just a forehand. I mean, we watched him. We were 3-all, third set against Mercer, which is a conference match, and the guy was just so loose. Mm-hmm. So I guess Mark's forehand, Mark's serve. So it might be the guy I might not in the room with, but he's the guy that I want to clinch the match and find. So
hey, that's a good answer. That's a good makeup answer. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
what is the best advice you've gotten or so far playing with this team?
This team, I mean, this year particularly?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
I mean, okay, so kind of our backstory is we started out like, I don't know, 0-5 or something like that, playing we put 4 top 50 schools in a row. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, just the best advice that I got from this team is just keep going. Mm-hmm. Don't let the wins get to your head and don't let the losses get to your heart is what I would say.
Oh, I love that.
Just I mean, because I've gone through a bunch where I've won, but the team's lost. So you can't really take it too seriously that you won. But I've also been last week, I lost, but the team won. You got to be happy for your boys. Mm-hmm. So you can't let things get to your head or to your heart in that situation.
I love that. And Ashe, I really do appreciate you coming on today and talking to us about your journey. And is there anywhere where people can follow your journey, the team's journey?
Yeah, our team has an Instagram page. Mm-hmm. So Wofford Men's Tennis. And I'd say I wouldn't necessarily follow myself, but I'd probably follow Alex. He probably has the most vibrant Instagram. So I think Alex _Horn maybe.
Okay.
So if any viewers want to keep with the team, that guy's always throwing out good stuff about what we're doing. So
I love that.
That's what I do. Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Ashe. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
Hopefully we get to talk again soon, man.
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate that.